Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. Welcome back to another Driving and the News video, where my mission is to record history for the ages. Today is February 13th, 2023, and this is a Super Sunday Results Edition. Yesterday, as you guys know, was the big game, and let's get right to it.
About 54, even warmer on Wednesday, which we get up to about 61 with clouds, some sunny breaks. Low 60s Thursday, could have a couple of showers mainly in the afternoon, and then rain ends the work week Friday. Temperatures turn colder to start the weekend, but by Sunday I think we're about back to near 50 or better, so whatever coldness comes in will release pretty quickly. 41 at the moment, the real feel in the low 30s. We'll see some sunny breaks and temperatures up to a high today of 56. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore, New York's weather station. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
With Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. I mean, talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem reward. Terms apply.
Wins News Time 7:34. Bally's confirming to the New York Post that they're in talks with the Trump organization to put a new casino on the Trump golf course in the Bronx. This would be on 17 acres of that property. The paper says eventually Bally's would like to acquire all 300 acres, including the golf course itself. So far, no comment from the Trump team. Lawmakers in New Jersey debating whether or not to ban smoking at casinos in the Garden State. There's actually a hearing on that today. Currently, smoking is permitted on 25% of casino floors in Atlantic City, but a new bill would change that. If it passes, Governor Murphy says he will sign it. As the number of dead in last week's earthquake in Turkey and Syria rises now to more than 33,000, we've learned that a couple from Orlando are among the victims. Alex and Veronica Ilgin had been married just 7 months ago. They were visiting relatives at the time. Meantime, the Turkish government is pointing fingers now for all the destruction.
This man is smashing the logo of a prominent construction company. He's one of many who blame shoddy building practices for the near total devastation. Turkish authorities have started arresting property developers and have issued arrest warrants for over 100 more. But critics of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan say he's trying to deflect blame from his own government's major failings.
That's correspondent Imtiaz Tayyab. In fact, Erdogan has previously praised his own party for passing legislation that provided amnesty for property owners who'd been cited for violations. But the New York Times says that law did not require them to bring those buildings up to code. Once again, 2 LGBTQ plus groups are not going to be allowed to march under their own banner in the St. Patrick's Day Parade on Staten Island. These are the Pride Center of Staten Island and the Gay Officers Action League. Both went to Blessed Sacrament Church on Sunday to put in their applications, and that reportedly got testy, with head parade organizer Larry Cummings refusing them entry and even seen shoving a photographer. State Senator Jessica Scarcella Spanton was there on behalf of one of the groups, but was also told no. 41 degrees. It is mostly cloudy now. The humidity just 39%. Winds are north at 15. It feels like it's 31. It's 41. We're heading up to a partly sunny 56 this afternoon. When's News Time 7:36. So Rihanna wasn't the only big musical act making headlines during the Super Bowl. 1010 Wins Entertainment next.
Lowe's always has more ways for you to save. On top of our everyday low prices, pros can save big when buying in bulk. Or if your purchase is over $1,500, ask about our volume savings program. A pro associate can provide a customized quote. Ask about our volume savings programs today. It always pays to be a pro at Lowe's. While supplies last, minimum purchase required. Selection varies by location. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities. Volume discount pricing quotes are valid up to 7 days. Visit your local pro desk to learn more and start saving. Offers subject to change and may not be available in all Lowe's stores.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease. He ended up spending about the first 8 months of his life in the hospital. During that time, he endured 10 surgeries, including an open heart surgery. Starlight Children's Foundation has played an important role in my family's life. For 5 weeks when he was a baby, Finn lived in a Starlight Hero wagon. You could not understand the pure joy of having him go from a hospital bed into his favorite red wagon. Starlight doesn't just give items that hospitalized kids can use to keep themselves happy, but also memories, moments, and experiences which are so needed in times like these. They allow sick kids to just be kids for a little while. The support that Starlight provides to families like mine is an integral part to creating happiness at a time when there's very little to be found. Learn more about how Starlight Children's Foundation brightens the lives of sick kids by visiting starlight.org today.
WINS News Time 7:38, 1010 WINS Entertainment. Rihanna's reps confirming that baby bump. We'll have more on that in just minutes. One of the Super Bowl ads confirming U2 is coming to Vegas.
I'm hoping not to get commercial music on here.
To launch the MSG Sphere at the Venetian this fall, you'll need to register online for dates and information. On Friday, the band releases their long-awaited Songs of Surrender, a 40-song collection of re-recorded hits. At the movies,
I've got to put on a show at this famous theater. Magic Mike's Last Dance bowed in first at the box office on a slow Super Bowl weekend. So slow, all it took was $8.2 million for the third Magic Mike movie to do it.
Let's get it done.
Avatar: The Way of Water rose a spot to second, earning $6.9 million in week 8. With the 25th anniversary theatrical re-release of Titanic taking third with $6.4 million, it was a very good weekend for filmmaker James Cameron. Christopher Watson, ABC News.
After treatment at another hospital for stage 4 ovarian cancer, Jackie Holzbar knew it might come back, so she came to Perlmutter Cancer Center.
I chose Perlmutter because of their clinical trial.
Perlmutter is #1 in the New York area in cooperative clinical trials for gynecologic cancer.
It's been 6 years, and because of Perlmutter, I'm living cancer-free.
Perlmutter Cancer Center, part of NYU Langone Health. For more information, call 833-NYUL-PCC.
Chris, this needs to go to Parkville by 3.
Joy to the holiday packages that keep coming at Jimenez Couriers.
It's coming your way, but the drop-off location is changing.
She needs delivery drivers with the gift of punctuality.
Anyone looking to pick up some overtime? Anyone?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
the relentless pursuit of the stories that matter to you. 1010 WINS.
The News Watch never stops. This is 1010 WINS at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning. 41 degrees. It is 7:40 on this Monday, February 13th. I'm Susan Richard, and here's what's happening. The U.S. military shooting more unidentified objects out of the sky. We'll have the latest. The post-Super Bowl chatter focusing a lot on the halftime star. It was a violent weekend in New York City with nearly 24 people either shot or stabbed. A number of city pizzerias sued for cheating workers out of pay. And some local lawmakers pushing to get back that tax break we lost during the Trump years. In sports, it was the Chiefs over the Eagles in Super Bowl 57. 1010 WINS AccuWeather's good. Partly sunny, breezy, mild today, the high 56. WINS News Time 7:41. Let's get traffic and transit from Karen Stewart.
Let's check out the Hudson River crossings. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The inbound GW Bridge is 25 minutes for both the upper and the lower level. The inbound Lincoln is 30, 25 to 30, let's say. And the inbound side of the Holland Tunnel has got a 35 to 40 minute delay. We've got delays now that are kind of heavy inbound at the RFK, 59th Street Bridge. The Queens Midtown Tunnel has fallen victim to a little bit of heavy traffic from back at Van Dam Street only, though. We've got delays inbound to the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel volume heading over to the west side, and the delay that starts to get jammed doesn't start to get jammed until you get to the Prospect Expressway. From the Prospect to Atlantic, that's where things are really very, very heavy. Now, the Bell Parkway is cleared eastbound of an accident that we had over across Bay Boulevard. However, the delays are still back to Flatbush Avenue, and they're very, very heavy. It's going to take a while for this to break up, and we've got westbound delays into the area around Cross Bay Boulevard with residual rubbernecking from back at Guy Brewer Boulevard. Long Island's big three are doing fairly well. We've got Southern State westbound delays now from the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway out New Exit 19. Slowdowns here and there. It's not one long heavy delay or anything like that. Alternate side parking, that is suspended today for Lincoln's birthday. The meter will apply. Our next report 7:51. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 WINS on 92.3 FM.
Well, the Super Bowl wasn't the only thing we were watching Sunday. The U.S. military had its eyes on another UFO that had shot out of the sky over Lake Huron. After NORAD adjusted their radar system to make it more sensitive, Sunday's object was spotted over Montana. It then disappeared and later reappeared over Wisconsin and then Michigan.
4 takedowns in 8 days. It's the latest in a series of responses to those unidentified high-altitude objects floating over North America. Officials on both sides are demanding more details, as other officials say that the objects were smaller and didn't closely resemble the Chinese spy balloon that was shot down earlier this month.
As correspondent Skylar Henry, there was also one over Alaska and another that flew into Canadian airspace. Officials say these were flying a lot lower than the Chinese balloon, and so they posed a direct risk to airplanes. Senior officials at the White House say there's no indication that the latest objects had surveillance capabilities, but they're not ruling it out. Meantime, there's speculation that on the heels of the first incident, China or some other nation is now just testing our response. But what about the idea that these things aren't from planet Earth?
U.S. Air Force General Glenn Van Herk is the commander of NORAD. Basically, his job is to safeguard U.S. airspace. When a reporter asked him exactly what this could it even be aliens? Well, he's not ruling it out.
I'm not going to categorize them as balloons. We're calling them objects for a reason. I'm not able to categorize how they stay aloft.
But most New Yorkers I spoke with this morning are not buying this.
They're not UFOs. They're just trying to get people's minds off of what they really are. They're probably from some country like China, trying to gain intelligence from us.
So you're not buying the whole UFO thing?
No, I'm not buying it.
I mean, isn't it possible that someone from another world is coming to check out Montana?
No. No.
Glenn Shaw, 1010 wins, 92.3 FM, keeping an eye to the sky here in Midtown.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the videos and listening to the news with me. Hope you guys had a good weekend. We had 2 Pride in Patterson uploads on Saturday and did a Valley Road in Wayne, New Jersey drive-through on Sunday, as well as a special driving in the news yesterday, which I had intended for you guys to get that video around 11 in the morning because I started the upload at 10:30. But for some reason on my phone, the upload took so long that you guys didn't get it until the evening. I think like 8 o'clock p.m. or something like that. Nonetheless, here we are. You guys have a great day. We'll see you on the next Driving and the News video.